What's going on? It's Justeeni here. We're back with the second part of the Lakes Bullet tournament series thingy. If you guys have not watched part 1, go watch that. I'll wait. Okay, assuming you guys have watched part 1, I'm not going to give a refresher, just to really make sure you guys did watch part 1. So, we've won 3 games so far, 3-0. We're still in the winner's bracket. I think this is the last game to secure grand finals, and we are hosting. It is Imperius, and my spawn looks like garbage. So luckily it's a double elim though. If I lose, it's not the end of the world, but I still wanted to play and maybe win. Maybe I'll play the opponent. Let's see what happens. So I skip turn 0, upgrade my capital. I go workshop because Explorer isn't ideal. It's not going to go for the lighthouse. It's only guaranteed to go for it if it's 2 moves away or less. Otherwise, I think it's guaranteed to not go for it actually, because it would go for like these fog tiles. Actually, maybe there's like a chance depending on the setup, but in this case, it's a guaranteed to not go for the lighthouse. And it's not that helpful. I really need stars because I need climbing and I need riding and maybe hunting, who knows. I meet the opponent, and this is already quite sketchy. I have to buy climbing here, only move to potentially get them off this village. And if the opponent can hold this city, I'm pretty screwed. But I kind of have to risk it for the brisket. Like, this position sucks, but I get riding. Please don't hold the city. Luckily, they don't. They get an explorer, so it's not great for me. It means they're going to secure Eye of God pretty quickly as well. And my economy's not going to be doing very well. Luckily, that works on capital. And also, you can see Climb and Explorer kind of clutching up, getting me a ton of vision. Again, the 2 best things to have on tiny lakes, climbing and fishing. Those techs become like super valuable because they make your explorers even more overpowered. Compared to like, I guess, dry lanes where you don't need either, which makes that map genuinely stupid in Bullet, which is why I don't play it. Or at least part of the reason why I don't play it. There's many reasons I don't like it, but this isn't about it. It's about my favorite Bullet format. The opponent captures a village here, and I was score counting in the game, so I knew that they had a northern spawn end. To really confirm, you can see what's going on. And yeah, I go for the lighthouse here. The reason why is because I will get Eye of God. Go here, buy fishing, and you can actually see it's guaranteed. The explorer's going to take this exact route. 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, and then towards the lighthouse. It will have enough movements to do it, guaranteed. 100% chance. Like, I'm actually pretty sure it is a 100% chance. And yeah, I have to fight the opponent. They have a giant. I noticed they had a giant before because they had a ton of points, and I can assume very safely that they do have Eye of God here. So I kind of expected this giant. But now defending it's a whole nother thing. I don't have the most time to calculate, but I did have a plan. And my plan might involve a little bit of a trickery, leaving the city open, free for the taking, with a few units bunched nearby. Grab fishing. And if I can pop a giant here, then maybe something can happen. I grab Eye of God. I have 1 monument, plus Park of Fortune. All I need is 3 population. 1 with the fruit, 2 with the fish, 3 with the port. Now, to those who are doing the math, they might notice, in order to get Park of Fortune, I have to place a port. And you guys might see the problem. I am 4 stars short, because if I place the monument, I'd have 7 stars. I need 11. 4 stars away from a Justeeni. And this Justeeni would win on the spot. They would have 0 counterplay. Luckily, this is still a pretty solid position. Not only am I up a city for the long term, but also double giant. You know, that's at least a nice consolation, even though I can't do the Justeeni. I wanted to do it so bad. I calculated the whole thing. But then I realized I'm just a couple stars short. What a shame. So the opponent captures, but luckily this counterattack is devastating. Like, really devastating. Like, I'm gonna get this giant here. And then I'm going to do it again. 2 giants near, they cannot defend this. It is impossible to defend. They only have warriors here. And I'm also like, you know, distracting their warriors as well. I'm getting the city back. But then they get 2 catapults. So their idea is, yeah, while my giants are occupied, just pelt away at them. And then even if I take the city in the long term, they're going to have lots of giants because they've got sawmill here, even a sawmill up here. So they can just get more giants, support those with catapults, and that's a pretty unstoppable combo, especially against rider roads. But one of their catapults is exposed. I swipe at it. I have some more riders ready. So if they kill this with a warrior, it's going to go behind their capital, which is really bad because then their catapult dies. Unless they move that back as well, but that means it's not hitting the giant. So this catapult is in a super sketchy position. I think this was just a flat out mistake to make a catapult, because even though it costs 6 stars for me to do this, these roads have long-term use, and it will cause them problems. This catapult's fine, of course, because it cannot be hit. But yeah, like I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I had to buy climbing for this. I don't think they had climbing before this point. I get a pop rune, which is super nice. And then I don't capture, because I want to hit this giant. They're not keeping me from taking the city. Yes, they have a catapult and a second one that I can hit. I mean, this one hitting kind of sucks, but I'd rather deal a ton of damage to the giant and then kill it. Put a ton of pressure on their catapults. Because, like, if I don't pressure their catapults, my giants will die. And I get another giant, which is also nice. So yeah, they're trying to deal with my giants to get rid of one. Other one's at half HP. I've got another fresh giant ready, though. But I can get resources, do a fancy bridge, plus a couple roads. Very cool. I have to use another road though. I think I miscalculated a little bit. I could have done it with one less road, but this road is useful anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but you know, I would have liked to train an extra unit or something. Yeah, because I wanted to train 2 riders. Oh well. There's another giant, and these catapults are very safe behind this body of water. But besides the fact that I am immediately pressuring their capital and they cannot defend that, this body of water isn't the safest thing. Again, one of the nice features about Lake's Bullet is the fact that you can like have these sorts of situations. Catapults tend to not be that good in Pangea or Dry Bullet because there's just not enough space. And there's no choke points or water blockades. But this body of water does make scouts very enticing, and these can snipe away at these catapults. Combined with the pressure, and this is a very difficult position for the opponent to deal with. They get a giant though on defense, and they have 2 giants to... I have 2 giants, but this one isn't really in the game, so it feels as if I only have 1. And because this catapult is safe once again, if they get that support with the giants catapults, I could just lose the game. But I'm trying to counterattack here, do whatever I can, and just pressure the capital. I can't kill the catapult, but now it is dead. They cannot protect the catapult unless they do this exact sequence, hitting with the giant and backing up the catapult, which then leaves their capital exposed, which is very bad for them, of course, because they'd have to like move this giant up. And yeah, then it detracts attention from this side of the board. If they even can unsiege their capital, which I actually don't think they can with 2 giants and a 5 HP catapult. Maybe they can though. I might be wrong. I guess I could like weaken their giant. Who knows? But yeah, it's not pleasant. They are going to lose their catapult. Plus that sequence is hard to find anyway. They want to keep their capital safe. They hit my giant, which makes sense here. I move on to the mountain, so it's got a defense bonus. And this is super annoying. Now, one notable thing that's very interesting here, so this giant's a threat. This giant should be a threat, because how do I stop it from just walking in? I'd have to train a ton of units, sacrifice everything, and then be way behind in terms of units and economy. It lets them get right back in the game. But they can't send the giant here. If they do, I siege their capital and ignore this giant completely. I just send all my units around, take their capital, win the game. They have to keep this giant on defense. This giant is a threat, but I have a plan for it already. You can see me gathering rafts, not promoting them, and saving 8 stars. They hit the giant here. This is a mistake. They need to heal this giant. Now I get ramming. This is my plan here. I do this sequence, kill in with the rammer, not the scout. If I kill with the scout, or if I hit this with the scout, and then the rammer hits the giant, I believe they can either make a rammer or scout. Depending on what they do, they could damage my rammer, but I do have the juggernaut here as well, so I could have killed this. Maybe that's a slightly better sequence, I don't know. I didn't have enough time to think about it. Hindsight is 2020 though. I get the Vet Rider siege. Very important it's the Vet Rider, because these warriors can't unsiege. They need the giant to go back, which again means it can't help attack. So I put this raft in the water also just to distract the warrior, because if it goes this way, it's helping them defend. This way doesn't help them defend. It's just hitting this raft. This is kind of bait. And if they don't hit it, well, that's another rammer in the water to hit their giant. So it's kind of a lose-lose for them. They choose to get absolutely screwed on defense rather than letting me completely take over the water. But no matter what they do at this point, it's kind of over. There goes their city. It's getting sieged. Bye-bye. Rammer. Rammer. It holds. They cannot do anything about it. And yeah, at this point I'll have 5 cities to their 2, splitting their empire in half. And that is that. Pretty long game. A little bit of back and forth there. But I do manage to get things done. And that secures a spot in the grand finals. So I'll go ahead and cut to that. Alright. Grand finals against a familiar friend or foe. Now, Reaper and I are cool. It's against Reaper. We've seen Reaper many times, and first match is a bossy. I'm hosting, and my spawn looks pretty decent, but this map ended up actually being something. They have vision on me already, which is a concern. I go for the Explorer as well, because I think it's usually the best play at these lighthouse spawns. And yeah, you can see all this shenaniganery in the middle, plus this really annoying mountain in the way, which stopped me from getting this lighthouse. This, like, look at this Explorer. It didn't actually give me much. And the second city is complete garbage. And the opponent is here already. I'm spamming warriors because I need to hopefully get the city. This city also sucks, by the way. Even if I get it, it's pretty bad. But at least I could make use of construction. I go for fishing. I didn't get fishing before capture because I wanted the warrior because I really need the city. But now I go for an explorer. In retrospect, this might be a mistake because it grabs me a lighthouse and it gets vision, but like, what am I doing with that? What I need here is economy, and you'll see why in just a bit. So I do a nice sequence here, keep my warrior alive. It's just a 1-for-1 trade, but I'm hoping with fewer units I can take this village. They're up a city because they have their second suburb there. I let them siege my capital because I don't think they have roads. If they have roads, cool. I'm in a terrible position either way, so why not take a risk here on the off chance that they don't have it. And they don't siege my capital. And you see I'm just saving my stars. I'm saving up for construction because that is my only out here. Like, if you look, what am I supposed to do? Do I go riding and then not even get the city anyway because these forests in the way, and then they just rode towards me and ruined my life? Like hunting? Construction's the only thing that does anything of any value. And if I got a workshop here, now you're seeing why this is important, is because if I had a workshop, that would actually help me get the giant faster. And you can see the lighthouse doesn't help because I get the giant with 2 burn forests and a windmill either way. It does help me with my second giant, but who cares? I need my first giant now so that I can get this village. Second giant is an afterthought. So I can upgrade on turn 9. And then they go bridge and they steal this. And a bunch more riders. I try to prevent them from taking the village. This warrior pushes the wrong way. This may be a little sad. And yeah, I lose. I'm not getting this village for a very long time, and they have a giant. I might not get this village at all. Okay, yeah, I don't get this village at all. GG's. So very unfortunate. Not the best spawn. I could have played a little better, but Reaper's a good player, so he would have found the way to win anyway, even if I played this better. But this is double elimination, so I have one more shot. Next game is decides everything, so I'll go ahead and cut to that. All right, you can see a little bit of a stark contrast with the spawns between this one and the other one, as in this is a slightly better spawn this time around. I have 5 animals. I've literally never seen this with Barter post Botto, like ever since their force rates were nerfed to the ground. What the heck? In a bullet tournament too, at the decisive game. The opponent's not gonna have a juicy spawn like this. I go for 2 warrior opening. A few reasons. I'm the way player, so I could go for lighthouse and warrior, but I'd rather expand quickly, especially since my second city is uncertain. Because is it here or is it here? I don't know, and I don't want to be caught lacking, especially with this kind of spawn. I'd rather play it as safe as humanly possible. Explorer does reveal the lighthouse, does not stumble into a mound, which is very nice. Still doesn't. It goes through that whole strip of land, no mounds in the way, meets the opponent, lets me get a level 3 capital on turn 1, and I'm cooking the villagers here, very sad. I expand slightly more slowly. Reaper goes for riding, very aggressive, and he does a sneaky play. You see where that warrior moved? Yeah. If I step on this village, Rider moves. I assume there's no forest in the way. Why else would he try for this denial play? He's not going to bluff and assume I have vision. That's ridiculous. He's assuming I don't have vision, and he's going to steal my lunch money, and yeah, I don't want my lunch money stolen, so I grab forestry, I upgrade, explorer. Do I get Eye of God? I don't think I actually need it here. In fact, I don't even get it, but I get vision. Very cool. I just needed 1 lighthouse, and I got that. And yeah, I skipped the village. Reaper's trying to advance though, and I just get a giant turn 5. I do it like this because I want a level 3 sawmill spot, and I want these forests here because if I want to go for like archery and or climbing to support my giant, I want forests in the front to support that, and especially against the riders, I don't want a sneaky bounce or whatnot. So yeah, just being careful where you chop, what you set up, and at this point, Reaper steps on the village. I denied them no problem, and yeah, they resign. Very anticlimactic finish, winning on turn 6, because what are you even supposed to do here as Reaper? Truly the bullet set of all time. It's kind of a shame that the grand finals were anticlimactic, but the other games were pretty good at least. But yeah, that's my second Lakes Bullet win out of the 3 that I've participated in. I've got a pretty good record. Someone needs to stop me. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That means more people should play Lakes Bullet because it's fun. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.